And I, a smiling woman. I am only 30, and like the cat, I have 9 times to die. Hey guys, today's topic of the video is going to be about an important topic about an important female writer, Sylvia Plath. But before starting, I will suggest you to subscribe to the channel so that you can get all the literary updates. Also follow me on Instagram so that you do not get a chance to miss any literary update. Sylvia Plath. She is known for her novel The Bell Jar, which is her autobiographical novel published shortly before her death due to committed suicide, and poems like Daddy and Lazarus. One thing we all know about her writing is that she writes confessional poems like Colossus and Ariel. She is also the first person winning the posthumous Pulitzer Award. There is many things about her which are dealt in this video, so don't miss any detail of this video. So let's start from the introduction of Sylvia Plath. So Sylvia Plath was an American poet, novelist and short story writer. She was a very famous writer of the 20th century. She was highly famous for her confessional poetry, and she is famous for her novels, short stories, and she has written a well-known novel, The Bell Jar, which is my favorite also. Plath was the first person who have won the posthumous Pulitzer Prize. So, moving towards her personal life and literary life, on October 27th, 1932, Sylvia Plath was born to Otto Plath and Ariella Plath in Boston, Massachusetts. Her mother was an Austrian, whereas her father was a German. On October 12, 1940, her father's leg was amputated because of diabetes. On November 5th, 1940, her father died because of complications after the amputation. From 1950 to 1953, she attended Smith College, which is a private girls' college in Massachusetts. In 1953, she worked as a guest editor for a magazine, which is Mademoiselle in New York, which was the first time it was the first time when she tried to attempt suicide, and a subsequent treatment at McLean Hospital. In 1955, she graduated from Smith College. In October 1955, Plath started at Cambridge, which is the Newham College, as a Fulbright scholar. On Feb 25th, 1956, Plath meets Hughes at a party. Ted Hughes is a well-known writer. His style and his writing style is well admired. On June 16, 1956, Plath and Hughes married. From September 1956 to May 1958, Plath went back to US to teach at Smith College. In June 1959, Plath became pregnant with Frida. In December 1959, Plath and Hughes returned to England and lived in London. On 1st April 1960, Frida, her daughter, was born. In November 6, 1961, Plath miscarried. On February 28, 1961, Plath has an appendectomy. In August 1961, Plath and Hughes moved to Devon. In January 1962, her son Nicholas was born. In June 1952, 1962, she attempted suicide for the second time. In July 1962, Plath learned about Hughes' affair with Asia. In September 1962, Plath and Hughes went to the island to find a place for Plath to rest. In the same year, Plath and Hughes separated. In December 1962, Plath moved to Devon, from Devon to London. So she is back to London. In January 1963, The Bell Jar was published under a pseudonym. On 11th of February 1963, under depression, Plath committed suicide in London. Hughes also published a collected poems posthumously, for which Plath was awarded the Pulitzer Prize in 1982, and becoming the first poet to posthumously be awarded. Moving towards her important works, which are The Mad Girl's Love Song in 1953. It's her poem. Her other poem, Pursuit, was published in 1956. From November 1959 to April 1960, she wrote her poem, You Are. The Hanging Man, she wrote on June 27, 1960. Colossus, she published the which is the collection of her first poetry, was published in October 1960. From January to August 1961, she wrote her novel, The Bell Jar. From February 11 to 26, 1961, she wrote her poem, Morning Song. On March 18, 1961, she wrote Tulips. In July 1961, she wrote The Rival. Moon and the Yew Trees, which was written by her, was published in October 1961. Elm, which is her poem, was published on April 19, 1962. In April 1962, she wrote Little Fugue. On June 30, 1962, she wrote Barrack Black. Poppies in July was her poem, published in 1962. On September 30, 1962, she wrote A Birthday Present. Fever 103 was published by her. It's her poem in October 9, 1962. From 3rd to 10th October 1962, she wrote The Bee Meeting, The Arrival of the Bee Box Stings, and Wintering. The Applicant appeared, written by her, which appeared after publications after October 11, 1962. Daddy is her famous poem, published on October 12, 1962. On October 16, 1962, Medusa was published. Her poem, Kurt, was published in 24th October 1962. After 3 days, her Poppies in October, Ariel, these two poems are also published. After 1 day, she published her famous poem, Lady Lazarus and Nick and the Candlestick. After 6 days, she published her The Couriers. After 2 days after the publication of The Courier, she published The Night Dance and The Gulliver. After 5 days of The Night Dances and Gulliver, and she published Letter in November. Right after 3 days, she published Death and Co. And after 14 days after publication of Death and Co., she published Sheep in Fog and the Munich and the mannequins and the totem. On January 29, 1963, she wrote The Paralytic. On 1st of February 1962, she wrote Kindness and the Words. On February 4th, 1963, she wrote Balloons, Contusions and Edge. So these were her poems, such a long list of poems. I wonder. So, literary moving towards her literary style and themes, she uses a powerful emotional biographical approach in her work. In her poem, Daddy, she describes her relationship with her father who died in her childhood. She writes her writings in confessional I style. She uses poetry to reveal her mind and her perspectives on emotions, nature, and art. She also uses powerful imageries in her poems. In her collection of poems, Ariel, she expresses her honest emotions and imagination to capture her pain. She wrote her poem to break silence regarding mental health, sexuality, and frustration. Themes like mistreatment and dissatisfaction are common in her poetry. So I hope that themes and everything is clear and you got your notes. If you have any confusion, watch this video again, and I will also be posting the important works such as Colossus, the Ariel, the Daddy, the Lady Residence, and the Beljar, written by her soon on the video on the channel. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and also follow me on Instagram, and do like or unlike this video so that I get your opinion about the video. So thanks for watching.